I'm using peanut oil today. Now what I normally do is just get the chicken wings, the wingettes, so that way you got two cut right here, right along the joint. Sometimes you might have to actually saw through the bone. And some people leave this little extra piece on. Some people cut that off also. Some people actually, when this gets fried up, they like to kind of gnaw on that. So some of them, I'll leave it on. Some of them, I'm taking it off. Make sure after you get all your chicken cut up, make sure you wash them thoroughly. Of course, make sure you get your hands washed, like really good. Cutting board and knife also gets washed really good. And then I like to put the chicken in a strainer to allow it to dry off. We're going to use our cornstarch here to actually coat the wings, and you want to make sure that you don't have a whole bunch of extra cornstarch on them. So you want to start off with your 1/3 cup. Have that on standby because you are going to need 2 of them. A teaspoon of salt, and get you one of these little black pepper grinders. Take your chopped up garlic, 2 cloves. Throw that in there, and you dig in. Get everything mixed around good. Alright, so when you bread your wings with this cornstarch, you want to do a little bit at a time. So you cover up your wings, and if you get a little too much, you can kind of wipe that off. You really don't want a whole bunch of starch on your wings, but you want them covered completely, but not a lot of excess. And the good thing about this is, whether you prefer the drumettes or the wingettes, you can kind of make whatever you want. And is the grease ready? A good way to find out. Take some water. That means the grease is ready. So you want to start frying your wings a short batch at a time. Meaning you probably want to do about between 10 and 12 chicken wings. And always put it in there like this and let it fall away from you, so it, of course, a splash back. So put it in like this and just let it fall away from you. And 12 minutes is what you want to let them bad boys cook for. Coming along just nicely. And sometimes you might have them stick together. Just kind of don't stir them, but you know, mess with them a little bit from time to time. You want to be very careful with hot grease though. Look, 12 minutes is up. We can go ahead and get our first batch of wings out. Yeah, actually right now they look really beautifully golden brown. But that is not what we're going for here. Alright, we got more wings to cook. 12 more minutes. I think we have 12 minutes are done. Let's go ahead on and get these wings up out of here. Alright, so we can gently stir some of this stuff around that's in here. Our wings time to chill out. We're going to give the grease time to chill out. And I'm actually going to turn the heat down a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and make our sauce. Alright, so take my ginger pieces. Give me a little piece of this. Probably about a half a tablespoon worth. Which will probably be, this amount will be good here. You just smell this. You want to mince this up rather fine. Now what we want to do for our wings here is what's called double frying them. And all we're going to basically do, the wings that are already cooked, now that the heat's been turned down, the wings have had a chance to rest for a second, we're actually going to throw them back into the grease. And you can kind of dump them all in there. Let them fry up for like another 6 minutes or so. But this makes sure that the outside of the wings are super crispy, but the inside will still be really juicy. Just like a chicken wang should be. Them wang dangs, yeah, throw them all in there. As long as they're on the lower temperature, make sure that they're all covered with the grease. Go for about another 6 minutes or so. Alright, then I got my wok. If you don't have one of these in your household, I would highly recommend getting one. They're very versatile, very useful, and they heat up really fast. I'm going to use just regular vegetable oil. So just a tablespoon of oil. We got us some regular old vinegar, a tablespoon of that. And you want to do some soy sauce, 1/4 cup of that. Then you want to do a tablespoon of the spicy brown mustard, or you can use regular mustard. Then you want to take your minced ginger, add that in there. You can also do a crisp test on the wings. So you pick it up, you hear that little crunchy sound, they're almost done. And you also want to make sure that they're mixed around a little bit. And then of course you can make them as crispy as you want. If you don't want 6 minutes, it's kind of light. So if you want to go a little bit longer, you can fry them for like another 12 minutes if you want. As long as the grease is turned down from where it was originally, you don't have to worry about burning them. Nice golden brown, crispy. That's what you want. Alright, then one more clove of garlic, minced up fine also. Turn it up to 300 to start off with. It did not take long at all. Get you here. Let that mix around a little bit. A whole half cup of rice wine. Or rice syrup, excuse me. And let that cook down a little bit. In with our wings. You hear how crispy that was? That was beautiful. And then just mix them up. Alright, time to turn the wok off. And unless you have tongs with like the rubber tips on them, take care not to touch your wok, because your tongs will scratch it up. So get you one of these like little rubber spatula things. I got this from Pampered Chef. And this thing works out beautifully. I'm gonna do 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. There you go. Korean style extra crispy chicken wings. Homemade. You don't have to go to a restaurant to get this taste. You can make this right at home. These are the chicken wings. Great for any party, dinner, whatever you want. Ooh, let's try one. Let's see if they've cooled down enough. Oh my God. Mm-hmm.